Hey everyone, and welcome back to Baru Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. And today we're going to be playing as Isaac. We just unlocked our D6 in the last episode, and I kind of want to take it for a spin here. And we are probably going to take Isaac to the dark room this time. So for those who want to play along, RGJWNJS2. Now, what is the D6? The D6 is an item that will allow you to re-roll any sort of pedestal item that might be in the room. For example, let's go in here. Now, this is Panic Farts. I don't want it. So we're going to take X-ray vision instead. And that will allow me to see all of my secret rooms, which is a very nice bonus to have. But if I find an item that I don't want, then I can basically just re-roll it. And the way I unlocked that was killing Isaac in the last episode as Blue Baby. Now, the reason I want to take this one to the dark room here is, well, we can unlock Mom's knife with that, and Mom's knife is very powerful and may potentially make some lost runs down the line a little bit easier. So, we'll actually make pretty much any character easier. Mom's knife is very, very strong. Alright, so we got a bunch of random pills here. Bad trip. Let's see, and I can see forever. A 48-hour energy and a range down. Well then, that is definitely interesting. I'm going to take the bad trip with me because if I take half a heart of damage here, I can actually turn that into a full health. Now, having a 48-hour energy in your pool is very nice to have with a D6, and the reason you want to have that is because it will allow you to get even more rerolls out of your game here. So I'm going to be able to be very picky. I've got my reroll up, and I've got 2 batteries sitting outside that will instantly recharge my D6. So if I want to be greedy with this item room or this boss item, I can be, and I'm definitely going to be because I can. And this starts to be really powerful once you get items like a goat head, when you can keep, say, a double deal open and able to reroll stuff. Now, pentagram, that's damage. I can't really pass that up, so I don't really have much to use this D6 on. Could have maybe re-rolled my item room, but looks like we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. Now, I really do like the X-ray specs, as that will make it so that way I pretty much never miss my item room, or not my item room, my secret room or my super secret room, so I'll get it every single time. Assuming I actually full clear everything. I won't have to waste bombs at the very least. I can use them for things like this tinted rock over here, which is very nice. And then once we're done with this floor, we will be going into that cursed room. Dead Onion, I actually really like this item. It is spectral and piercing. It's a lot of tier size. The only downside here is that it is very... it pretty much reduces your shot speed to the absolute minimum. So if we can get some shot speed now, this would definitely be very nice. But I do like having piercing and spectral very early. And my super secret and my secret rooms are actually right next to each other. Use one bomb here, see if we can't find our 48-hour energy again. Because I would really like to have a 48-hour energy going into my devil deal. Because if you can find 3 of them... You know, if you can find 3 double deal items, it's not that hard to force Guppy. You can actually get it pretty easily, especially if you can find things like a goat head. So, any extra bombs that we find, well, if we find an extra bomb, is going to go into that room, but it doesn't look like that's going to end up happening here. Actually, before we go, let's go ahead and check the double key room at the very start there. Maybe there'll be a bomb in that double key room. Maybe I can use that bomb to open up some more of those mushrooms, and that'll give me the 48-hour. It's a D1. I think we are going to pass on that. Although I will take the money. I will definitely take that. A D1 will basically re-roll my entire build, and I would lose my D6 in the process, my X-ray specs, and my Dead Onion. So that is not a very good idea. Mom's key. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford that unless I get like a nickel or something. There's 9 cents, but... I kind of want that, but there's no way I can afford it. But we'll see what ends up happening. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into our boss here. See what we get. Monstro. Now, before you use your D6, even if we get like a really terrible boss item, like say we just get like a basic health up or something like that, or just a useless item like lipstick, then we don't want to re-roll it immediately. We want to wait till after our double deal. We can always re-roll our boss rush, our boss item. I don't know why I always called the boss rush. We can re-roll our boss item afterwards. Now, one thing with the detonator, it definitely does make my tears like deceptively large. They're not really that high damaging. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and touch the razor blade, and we're gonna grab the pack. Now the reason we're touching that is because we're just gonna re-roll it. So there we go. Actually, probably what we should have done was only re-roll it, but you know what? It's fine. Safety pin and a soul heart. So let's go grab whatever's inside our cursed room there. I was thinking about it now. There's really no reason to have touched the razor. Well, actually, I don't even know if I have touched the razor yet, so that's a thing. See if I can line this up just right here. That's not how you do it. I can see forever and a mystery pill. Supposed to diarrhea. Probably should have used those to actually move into the fires. Didn't think about that. But 3.5 hearts, really not too much. A pact and a dead onion are very nice to have, so, and a pentagram as well, so pretty high chance of finding a double deal on the next floor. So let's go ahead and keep on going here. Kind of wish I had some more bombs, but you know, at least we don't have to use them finding our secret rooms now. And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this double key room. And it's a D5, which I might end up doing. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not quite sold on that just yet. D5 will make it so that way you redo whatever floor you're currently on. So like if I'm on Caves 1 and I walk into there, I'll be able to redo Caves 1 again. And that might be something that I end up doing just because, you know, if I manage to clear these fast enough, there's no reason not to. If I can find my item room quickly, I can definitely do it. Because I do want to make the boss rush if I can. Definitely do want to try and make that boss rush. Plus it gives you more chances about finding good items in your double deal, more chances to re-roll stuff, limit that pool down. And we'll be definitely talking about pools and things like that as we play more of this. Now, I actually made a slight mistake here. I have one charge left on my D6. I did not make sure that my D6 was charged before I come in here. So if there's an item like this, I cannot re-roll it. And I'm not going to take it either because there's no reason to. Now, if we're lucky, it'll stay open. If we're lucky, that room will stay open. But you want to make sure that your D6 is charged, or to where you're getting your final charge from killing the boss. It's something that I should have paid attention to, but it's been a while since I've actually played with the D6, so excuse me on that. Now, let's go ahead. I don't have any keys, so let's just go ahead and see. Did the double deal end up staying open there? Hopefully it did. And unfortunately, it did not stay open. So we already found our item room. I think we're just going to go ahead, since we found our secret and our super secret, we're just going to jump right into the D5 room. We're just going to jump right into it. I could have used my bombs there to get those gray chests, but I want to save them for some more... Actually, I guess I don't really need tinted rocks, but I want to save them for something else. Maybe I can find some stone chests or something to that effect. So now we're on Caves 1 again, and our double deal chance is pretty low since we did get that double deal. But we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully I can find some keys here. Speaking of which, there's one right there. Couple of bombs. Let's grab this item. I actually don't have 15 cents, so I'm not really going to check my shop right now. I am instead going to go back to the item room, see what's in there. The virus. We're just going to go ahead and re-roll that into Piggy Bank. That's an item out of our shop at the very least, so we can, if we get another key and we want to check the shop, we definitely can. That will make it so higher chance of finding a better item in there. And, you know, my secret and super secret rooms have been right next to each other pretty much most of this run so far. I'm definitely liking it. I don't like to, you know, do a bunch of searching for it. We are going to go ahead and bomb this machine, though. Maybe we can get... I was hoping for a key from it, but no such luck. So let's just keep on going here. I know I didn't bomb the other chest, but I'm going to bomb this one. And for that, I am going to get a mystery pill that is another health up. Now, we don't want to make the same mistake again. We want to backtrack a little bit here and make sure that we have our D6 up just in case we get another double deal. And we can re-roll that double deal into something good. And plus, hey, we found a cursed room as well. Can't ever give those up, but it doesn't. Yep, it looks like it's going to be spiders there. You can actually kind of tell by the spawn animation what you're going to get right away. And that, because the cursed room had spiders in it, that's more than enough charges. As long as you only need one more charge, you can get that final one in the boss room. Let's see what was in our shop here. 9 volt, definitely. And I'm going to go ahead and donate the money there. I guess I should have waited till after I fought the boss, but it's not too big a deal. That will make it so we can potentially get more double deals, or not double deals, more charges. So every time we use our spacebar item, it'll automatically give us a charge. So instead of being a 6-room charge, it is now a 5-room charge, which is very nice. Now here's the interesting thing about Fallen. We are getting really lucky with these right now. Now, I could re-roll this, and it will guaranteed re-roll into something else, but I think we're going to go ahead, take Lord of the Pit here, and I'm glad we did. We're going to go and definitely take Fear Shot, re-roll the Book of Belial into Guppy's Tail. I know you say, re-roll into something else? You don't say. Well, what I mean by that is that as long as you stay inside the Fallen's room, it will re-roll into another Devil Deal item. However, if you leave the room and then come back, it will re-roll into a regular old boss item. So I decided to throw my re-roll into the Devil Deal there, because flight is a very nice item to have, and we already got infamy and a key out of having this flight, so I can't ever really say no to flight. Plus, we got to remove a couple of items from our Devil Deal pool, and for every item that we end up removing, that's an increased chance that we can maybe find the cat. So we're going to be trying our best to try and get as many pieces as we can. Got some dark hearts here. Now the only problem here is the very first piece that I ended up picking up was the tail, and I am not a fan of first piece being the tail, because that's going to make a lot of golden chests spawn, and at the same time that's going to make it so not a whole lot of keys end up dropping as a key drops, as I say that. But you get what I mean. It dramatically reduces what you're going to be getting. Now I really don't think I'm going to get yet another Devil Deal here. I've been pretty much getting every Devil Deal. I know I have a pentagram here, but that's only 20%. That's only 20%, and I don't really know what my chance is now since I've been getting every single one. Your chance of getting a Devil Deal goes lower and lower every time you get one. And we got another one, so why not? Well, Krampus had to show up eventually, but now we have a D6, so we can re-roll. I can choose to re-roll the coal or even the head should it pop up, and we are definitely probably going to be doing that because, well, there's better items out there outside of coal. I like coal, but with our shot speed and our range, we really can't get that much effect out of it, and Dark Bum is definitely a much better item. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of searching, try and find our item room, maybe get a few more charges, and re-roll that Ultimate Grand Supreme there. So Dark Bomb is pretty much going to make it so we're never going to have any health issues. I would definitely like to see... try it. Hey, thanks, buddy. I thought hitting that golden chest, maybe it'll give me Guppy's head. But I really don't want the money right now. In fact, if I do find a shop, I'm just going to end up donating as much of it as I can. Because Sharp Plug isn't going to do anything, because Sharp Plug and 9 Volt have very bad synergy with each other, unfortunately. Kind of wish I had just the dark hearts, but unfortunately I don't. We'll be able to go into that challenge room there, and oh, there's some money right there. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. And it was definitely worth it. 48 hours of energy. Now, I'm not going to use that right now on my boss room item, although it would be nice to maybe find some tier rate out of my boss pool, but instead I'm going to save that for the next devil deal that I end up getting. With Krampus out of my way, we have a very good chance about forcing some good items, so we're going to hold on to this 48 hour and see if we can force the cat. And what I mean by force is once you've seen an item, you can't get it again. Well, under certain circumstances, any item you see in the devil deal, you're never going to see that item again outside of like a book in a library. But you're never, if I saw Abaddon, or if I saw, you know, some of those, if I saw Dark Bomb, he's not going to pop up again, ever. And that's what I mean by limiting the pool. And it does look like I am going to be able to go into this item room without actually having to use a key, which is very nice. And another reason that I like taking X-ray specs so much is because there's a very high chance that it's going to be connected. And we're going to bomb a few mushrooms here. Lemon Party, Bad Trip, Range Down. I'm hoping for a magic mush here. And we got a lot of cash. Very nice. And bouncy tiers, rubber cements. I'm okay with these. I like bouncy tiers, especially when we're going for Guppy. Especially when we're going for that cat. Now, unfortunately, I can't go to my shop. That's unfortunate, but we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, I do lose the piercing and spectral effect of the dead onion, but in addition, I do gain that bouncy. Actually, let's make sure we actually backtrack and get our roll up. The whole reason we backtracked anyway, let's make sure we do that. We do lose the piercing effect, but bouncy is nice because with big enough builds, you can actually make it so a tier will hit the same enemy multiple times. And that can be very useful when you're going for the cat, because anytime you hit a tier, it's going to spawn an attack fly, so you do a very extra, you do a large portion of DPS, which is nice. Alright, so now let's go re-roll that Ultimate Grand Supreme. We definitely don't need the money now. We've made a lot more since then. I could use the 48-hour energy, but I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to get the caffeine pill, and I'll definitely take that. Balls of Steel being our pill, and let's go ahead and move on. Alright. Straight into the Cursed Room, and straight into a Devil Deal. Not exactly the best thing that I wanted to see. Only one item, but we do have 48-hour energy, so we're going to go ahead and re-roll that. Shovel, I'll touch it, and we'll go ahead and pop it right there. And we'll re-roll it again into Spirit of the Night. Now, I really don't need Spirit of the Night, so I'm actually going to go ahead and back off of that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I may get that Devil Deal again, and I might get another chance to re-roll it. And that is what I'm hoping for there. We do have a battery. We do have a battery just kind of sitting there just in case. It doesn't look like boss rush is going to happen, so I don't think we're going to put too much faith in that at this point. I kind of want to focus on just forcing the last piece of that cat that I need. We have 2 of them so far, so if we can find one more, we do become Guppy. And Guppy, with bouncing tears, as we said, has been very, very good. Bomb all those skulls there, see if we can get anything. No red chests, so I don't think we're going to do that. I don't like doing any kind of challenge room for just one gray chest most of the time. There are instances where I will do it if I'm overpowered enough or I really want the consumable. But for the most part, I won't do a challenge room for just one chest. That's usually not worth it to me. And there is a stone chest right there, so we will be hitting that one and seeing what we get there. And there is a battery on the ground in case I want to re-roll an item room or anything like that. Bad Trip and a mystery pill. Range up. Definitely something that's appreciated here. Stone chest has a heart in it. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and save that battery. Even if I find a key, we're going to save that battery for this boss item because I would really like to find tier rate at this point. Tier rate's one of the main things that I haven't found quite yet. Definitely don't want to pick up Doctor's Remote. Not useful to us in the slightest. And see if we can get that rubber cement to bounce off Monstro here and hit him multiple times. Monstro 2 having a very large portion of health. We've actually been fighting quite a few tanky bosses. I think we had Monstro, Monstro 2, Mega Fatty. Just a bunch of tanky bosses. Lots of health. I'm actually kind of interested to see in Afterbirth if they're going to make a few more bosses with more mechanic-y feel rather than here's a very large portion of health. I know they're adding one in particular, and I won't actually kind of spoil it for those who haven't seen, but he does look to be very nice. And we do get our last chance here to re-roll that. We will be taking Horror Babylon. It is a very nice damage and speed up. I could take the speed ball for a little bit of shot speed, but instead I think I'm going to go back for the battery instead and go for that and re-roll our boss item maybe into a little bit more damage. I'm always greedy for damage whenever I have the D6. That's just how I play. And actually, I'm kind of curious. Is Whipworm worth it? I feel like it might be. I feel like the Whipworm might be worth it. It might be a little bit inaccurate, but it should be worth it. And Wire Coat Hanger. There we go. That was definitely the good play there. No keys, so we're just going to keep moving on. And see what we end up getting in our future. Yep, that Whipworm was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I know some people are going to say, well, you should definitely play out all of the rooms. Maybe you can get a little bit more, but whenever I'm in this kind of state, you know, I like to just be able to go. Plus, there's always that potential for the cursed room. Or not the cursed room, the boss rush. And I want to get at least one more charge here. I really shouldn't spend that much time thinking about it. But I want to get one more charge real quick before we go into our boss. This will give me time to re-roll my boss rush, potentially looking at 8 different items. I'm only going to be able to take one of them, but being able to look at that many. It's actually kind of funny because the coal would be really nice right now. Darkbone really hasn't provided us too much, and the coal would have probably been better overall. Alright, we do get a Devil Deal here. And we're going to go ahead and re-roll the Devil Deal into a Goat Head. That is a little unfortunate there. See if there's anything in my boss rush that I want. And there is any grab. I will do the boss rush for this item, as it is a very massive Tears Up. Now the Goat Head is going to make it so that way our last... we're guaranteeing our last Devil Deal, and we're guaranteeing that we get that Room 2 Devil Deal, but that's kind of irrelevant now. We're always going to have an option to go to Sheol at this point. Alright. See if we can get Carrion Queen to just kind of run into the shots there. So this is kind of an interesting build now. I gotta say, it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different. Definitely all over the place. You can't really explain it too well, but we have tears flying every which way with this Whipworm. We don't have that much range, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give up my control for the tears for a little bit of range. And plus it looks kind of funny, especially when they just kind of run around. I kind of wish I didn't have the Fear Shot. Kind of wish that wasn't a thing, but just something we're going to have to deal with here. Now what's nice is that most of these bosses will either drop a Soul Heart or Red Heart, so that Dark Bomb is going to keep us alive through this. So I can actually go ahead and do something like that and tap the boss and abuse my negative pretty much to deal damage to the entire room. So I can actually use my health as a resource at this point because I have so much of it. And I'll definitely be abusing that on the multi-parted enemies like Pin and stuff like that. And Hollow. Because, I mean, why not? Just one quick little tap, especially when I'm near full health. No reason not to. Jump, it's not as effective. And yeah, getting behind Gertie is not the greatest of ideas. My tears are actually getting stuck inside the wall there. So should definitely not do that with the Anti-Grav and Whipworm. Just as a heads up, if you get that's very extremely specific set of items, Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, this would actually be a really interesting build with size at this point, because the size from size would be very nice. And we're actually just going to keep tanking a little bit of damage here. Just try and get through this Monstro phase. These guys are extremely tanky. And you got to fight them at the same time, so... You can have Pin just kind of jump into his own death. We should be getting Hollow, and we'll give it a quick little tap there, so we can kill all of them instantly. And that was actually really well done there. Bloat killed the Mask of Infamy, both the heart and the mask stage, so I didn't have to deal with it, which was really nice of him. And Fear on Bloat is one of the few times that I'm actually really happy to have it. Reason for that is because Bloat will constantly attack something that's below him, even if there's nothing there, when he's feared, and he won't jump up towards you. So, hey, one of the few times that Fear is actually good is when you're fighting Bloat. Now we've got War Death, and then Fallen in the Headless Horseman, and we'll be done in here. Trying to focus on Death here. I think we're going to give him a little bit of the tap here. Just a little love tap there, so we can deal a bit more damage. War trying to get some damage in on me. See if we can outrun that thing. Nope. There we go. All right, now we just got Headless Horseman and Fallen, and then we are good to go here. Being very careful not to pick up that Eternal Heart, as that will ruin my Whore of Babylon if I pick it up, and I do not want to do that. And we have unlocked something sticky. Prayer card. We're not going to use it, but I will pick it up, touch it, do all that good stuff. Give a quick little tap to that. And I think that's going to be it. So let's go ahead and move on to the womb here. We're probably going to just go straight to our boss if we can. We don't actually have any keys, so can't do anything with that. And now that we're actually fighting weak enemies again, these are just as crazy as I thought they were going to be. I do want to try and find my 48-hour energy pill again. There's a health up we're not going to use. Definitely hit the range up. I can see forever is not that useful. Oh, we do actually get a free curse room. That's pretty neat. Maybe it'll have an item in it that we can re-roll. Doesn't look like it. Oh! It does. Well, we lose our Whore of Babylon, but as a plus side, we are now Guppy. We're now the kitty cat. We are now indestructible and amazing and awesome. And gonna do a lot of damage. And we're gonna rip right through that dark room. And this is why a lot of people do like playing as Isaac, because he's a much easier character once you get your D6 to unlock. Because if you get dealt a bad hand, you can have another chance of getting a good one. And, you know, I always say the game is going to break somewhere. It's going to give at some point. It's just a matter of when you're going with a D6, it's a matter of when, not if. And we'll just keep picking up these soul hearts because Dark Bum is such a nice person to drop those for us. And we're just going to go ahead and tank them right away. Alright. And who's our boss? Green Bloat. Well, thankfully we had a little bit of an army of flies there to take him out instantly. Since we've already lost our Polaroid, we might as well, or our negative proc, might as well grab that. And hey, we get a chance to bring it back. So we're going to take Brother Bobby, and we're going to take Little Brimstone. Now you're going to probably say, well, I took those in the wrong. Well, it doesn't really matter. It was going to be third or fourth slot anyway. Why didn't you take Rotten Baby or Guppy's Hairball? Reason we didn't take either of those is because Guppy's Hairball, we're already Guppy. No reason to even touch it. And that Rotten Baby's just going to spawn one fly, whereas our tiers already spawn a whole bunch of them. That was actually a slight mistake there. I should not have touched that. I shouldn't have picked that up because it's not very good. You know, we're not going to get any more shops, but I could have actually re-rolled that item if I really wanted to do that. So should have held off. Should have held off there. All right. So now let's go ahead, deal with Envy. It feels like I have Piercing, even though I don't. It really does. We're gonna leave that as is. Go ahead and fight Mom. Hello, Mother. Dealing a couple hits to me here, and she is down. Now, I know we need to unlock our Polaroid. However, I do want to try and unlock Mom's knife and get our Isaac to the dark room unlock out of the way. So, dark room is harder than the chest. So, you know, might as well get it out of the way now rather than doing it when you have, you know, a not so good build. If this guy wants to ever open up his face, that would just be fantastic. There you go, buddy. And that is exactly what I wanted to see there. That is probably going to allow us to do a little bit of a skip. To skip a very large portion of Sheol, I feel like. Assuming this guy does not kill me. Maybe going in the wrong direction here. We'll definitely see what ends up happening. It could go down. Could definitely go down. All right. You know, we'll go ahead and play you out. Why not? Maybe you'll give me something I haven't seen yet. I've already seen that. I don't need any of that. Although I could re-roll it. I could do that. Hey, Infestation 2, how you doing? Probably my favorite item. I'll definitely take that, and thank you, Mr. Darkbum. Appreciate that. All right, so Infestation 2 is definitely an amazing item. It will make every single enemy that we kill turn into a little spider. That'll do even more damage. Not that we need more damage, but we'll have it. That's always the thing. I mean, you can never have enough damage. Let's be serious here. You can never have enough. And Mom's knife has appeared in the basement. So now let's go ahead and take on the lamb. Let's see what kind of goodies we're going to get there. I'm actually going to re-roll that collar. because I really don't need it. So once we get our charges up again, we'll head back over there and re-roll it and see what we end up getting. A little bit of money there. Oh, a dead end. That's interesting. And I know some people have been asking about map ratings, so I'm actually going to pull up the map here in a second. Now, you can see this room above me. Really, it can't connect to anything. Meaning that it can't really go to the right. It's a very low chance that it's ever going to go to right, because that would be like 3 little blocks standing next to each other. So that's how you can kind of make sure that you're going in the right direction and maximizing stuff. Well, we're not going to take the bomb bags. No reason to do that. When you have the power of re-rolling, don't just take the very first thing that you see. Wait it out and see if maybe you can play it out a little bit more and maybe get something a little bit beefier. Kind of like how we played out that the judging. It gave me some health. Rather than taking the health, we play it out, re-roll it, ends up giving me infestation too. Because you never know what you're going to end up getting once you re-roll an item. Because re-rolling an item actually has some interesting effects on the actual seed. If you were to play this seed again, you would have to re-roll the same items that I re-roll. Otherwise, you may get a completely different run, which is very interesting with D6 runs. Now, I'm pretty much set. I've got this, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and take whatever this gives me. This crystal ball. We're right next to our boss, so let's go ahead and get out of here. We'll give the Dark Bum 2 more hearts to nom on real quick. They'll give me 1 more spider. I'm not going to have enough rooms to get another charge before I find my boss, so let's just go ahead and end this run. I don't think the lamb is going to give us too many issues. Not sure why, I just got a feeling. Let's see, balls of steel, we definitely needed that. Range down, bad trip, health up. Rainbow baby. Just gonna have all the babies. All right, time to fight the lamb. And there we go. Make sure little Brem gets a little bit of damage in there at least one time. And that is the lamb. Go ahead and get that heart, Dark Bum. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Let's see what we unlocked here. The Lost Poster. a poster showing me how to unlock the Lost, I think I'll pass. I know how to unlock them. But thank you all for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Later.